The dragonfly is a symbol of transformation. It starts off life in the water, and then it goes into cocoon-like state, and it has to break that cocoon. But when it does, it has beautiful wings and it can fly. It's a difficult state to go through, but it's worth the journey. Grief is like that. When grief hits, it's like your whole world just stops. Grief is how our bodies and our souls deal with change, deep change. You have to build this cocoon around you to feel safe. And when we're in that cocoon, we need to transform ourselves to recreate who we are, because we don't know what's on the other side of that. It's a whole different world that we're stepping into. But when you do, when you break that cocoon, you will fly. You will feel more empowered and more beautiful and do things you never thought you could do. Hi, I'm Jeanette Chasworth, the Color Whisperer, Intuitive Interior Design, and I help women heal the pain of grief and empower them to step into the next chapter of their life. My passion to help women deal with grief stems from my lifelong journey in it. There's been a lot. It started when I was a year old. My father died, and at a year old, your brain doesn't understand how to deal with grief. So I went into that cocoon. I walled myself in, and I didn't know how to break it. And then two things happened that gave me my wings. First, I got asthma in my early 20s. And I found this healer who said, I can fix that. And what he explained to me was that emotions get stuck in our bodies. And that grief that I never was able to release got stuck in my lungs. So he was able to get rid of that. A few days later, I went to cry. I went to the bathroom to get a towel. This was not a job for Kleenex. And I remember standing in front of the cupboard and going, I need the green towel. Because in interior design, I had learned that green helps you deal with change. I was going through a lot of emotional change. I'd been learning a lot about the psychology of color. There's a whole industry around it and how impactful color can change how we feel, what we think, how much we eat, how safe we feel. And it can help us to heal. And I knew how powerful this was, and I was using it in my life on a very deep level. And then I discovered something else called the personality of color. Now, my cocoon had been opened quite a bit from this other experience, but this personality of color is truly what gave me my wings. You see, each of us is a work of art, right? We all are beautiful in our own way, and we each have our own unique design blueprint with the shapes, colors, textures, and styles that reflect who we are, our energy, the essence of who we are in this planet. And when you start living in your design blueprint, you're more powerful, more confident, more visible, pretty. For the first time in my life, I felt pretty when I learned this. And I knew this was such a powerful technique. I had to put it into my interior design because I'd already seen how much interior design could heal. The power of change, the power of color. And adding this so that the home is an extension of your energy, an extension of you. The home now supports you in a way that you've never known before, and it gives you more power. Catherine was a client of mine. Her parents and her sister had died in the house that she was living in. Everywhere there was sadness and sickness. She wasn't even sleeping in the master bedroom because it was still Mom's room. And we completely transformed it, giving her things she didn't know she needed, she had never dreamed of. And when it was done, I just feel so happy in my home. And years later, I still get notes from her, Jeanette, I just feel so happy in my home. Sharon was another client, and she had been living in a house that had been decorated by the ex-wife in the 60s. I don't need to tell you how much this was pulling her down. It was bad energy on so many levels. She'd been a widow, and she hired me because she said I was more fun than a therapist. I agree. There is a lot of healing that I do. There's a lot of therapy that I do within my design work because I help to show you what's beautiful in your home and within you. We got all done, and she was dating again, and she was happy, and the kids were excited for her by transforming the house into something that reflected her. Our homes are our sanctuaries. They're a reflection of who we are and who we want to be. And when we change our surroundings, we can change what's inside. You're all familiar with a makeover, right? You need something new. Oh, you get a new do, maybe a new outfit. But when it's deep and your heart really hurts, you gotta change the home sometimes. And how much you change depends on you, because grief is an individual process. But I'm here to help you through it. I'm offering a complimentary 30-minute Break Your Cocoon session because I want you to break free. I can show you where you're stuck and how design and color can set you free. Life's too short to be stuck in that cocoon. It's time to fly. I'm Jeanette Chasworth, the Color Whisperer, and I look forward to hearing from you.